Hey, James, have you seen all the internet chitter-chatter? I think Mr. Beast has even got involved around whether 100 men can beat a gorilla hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
And now it's been switched into rugby teams.
Oh, right. Who would you send in?
Yeah, which Super Rugby team do you reckon you would send in? Just the starting 15 to beat a gorilla. For a start, I think 100 men would waste a gorilla. The first few would get severely injured, but...
I mean, pound for pound, I think there's some club teams I've seen around Auckland that would probably be able to take them down, because I think you need a bit of heft, you know? Like, when you sidle up to a Super Rugby player, I know they're very, very strong, but they're athletic. They're built to run, right?
Oh, you want size?
I want some beef, and I want some people who've just been in the gym. I want, some real sort of big humans, some heavyweights. But look, of current teams, it's tough. I reckon probably the Hurricanes.
Oh yeah,
the Hurricanes forward pack is big and strong, and
you got some big units,
uncompromising, and they've got engines on them.
Like Tossie as well.
Heather Duplessis Kadifi goes all day.
Yeah. Brad Shields, you throw him in first.
I'd want Stupid Sexy Flanders back for some reason. I get the feeling that he's just got old man strength, So I reckon he's a hand crusher in a handshake situation.
Yeah, old man hand crush.
Old man hand crush, yeah.
Okay, well, you got Kenny Naholo, a bit of size in the back line. You've got Dr. Proctor as well.
I'm happy for the backs to go in there to soften them up. Even Ruben Love, they might fall in love, because someone said that the way to do it is to suck off the gorilla, right?
Yes.
And
I haven't heard that,
but if the gorilla,
is that in your circles? It's like someone go in, drop to your knees.
Yeah, in my circles. In Craig as well, we've all been talking about sucking off gorillas.
Someone work the balls, someone work the shaft, and then the other person just attacks from behind.
Well, I mean, when you say the other person, you've got 97 of them, haven't you? So I mean, in the end, you just need one sexy motherfucker. I'm looking at you, Ruben Love, for the gorilla to fall in love with, in King Kong.
Yeah,
they fall in love. He falls in love with
what's her name? Yeah,
Naomi Watts. Naomi Watts, and then
are you saying that Naomi Watts may have
softened him up for the kill? No, Naomi Watts had a bit of a thing for the gorilla because he's a bad boy. King Kong. He's a bad.
Do you think she got the salt and pepper grinder?
I don't know. Is that a deleted Peter Jackson scene?
Yeah, I think so. I think you get it on the DVD, I think.
I'm sending in the Canes. Pacilio Tossi, Almoa, Tossi,
Tyrell Lomax.
You've got, yeah, exactly. All that. The loose forwards. I bring back Stupid Sexy Flanders for the old man grip.
Because you got a big halfback as well.
Cam Royds. Yeah, that's the team.
Yeah. Yep. I was thinking initially the Crusaders, the starting 15 of Crusaders. You got Tamaiti Williams and Fletcher Newell, who are a couple of big stakes, and then you've got Cody's 8% in the middle. You got Dogroll. I reckon Dogroll could charm a gorilla. Yeah,
I just wonder. I feel like things break down after that, though.
Well, you got Matt Todd, I suppose.
Matt Todd.
You got.
What year are you in?
Not Matt Todd.
What year is this?
Not Matt Todd. The other guy with the ears.
Christie.
Tom Christie. It's that.
Wow.
No, I get them mixed up in as the same person.
That Crusaders team probably could, to be fair.
You got Blackadder.
We're going back there.
Yeah, you got Ethan Blackadder, and you've got Big Willie.
Well, the thing is, Ethan Blackadder would back himself. He'd be the first man in and the first man out, right?
Yeah.
He's charging in at the gorilla.
And the head's off.
He's gone. And he's pretty much... And everyone goes, we've lost Ethan.
Yeah, true. The backline's not great for the Crusaders. I didn't think past number 8. Because obviously you Noah Hotham, and then you got Kimata, you've got Havili maybe, but... Levi Amua, but then you've got Shafi.
Braden Enor, you're sending Braden into
first.
Sacrificial lamb.
Now then you got Shafi Haki, and you got Will Jordan at the back looking pretty. Yeah.
I'm saying the Canes. It's the Canes.
Okay. And do you believe that just a starting 15 could take down a gorilla? Because I believe 100 men is overkill.
I haven't really given it much thought because, as you know, G Lane, I've just wandered in and have not seen the agenda.
Well, the idea is it's just off the CDP.
Yeah, but you're asking a question that requires some thought.
I think
you've been thinking about this for fucking 2 days, and you're still and you think Matt Todd's involved. So
I got told this morning. I got told this about half an hour ago. I reckon the biggest hurdle will be the first couple that go in. And like you're saying, either they go in with heavily sexual intentions or they go in full guns blazing, and they're going to get ripped apart. And it's the psychological damage to the other guys who go, oh. So it's got to be all, you got to surround and go in as one.
I think the fact you've got Ruben Love in the mix means the gorilla will turn the gorilla's head. He'll be like, who's that?
And then you jump out of the bushes mid-coital and just go for it.
Exactly.
How do you kill a gorilla? Do you choke it out?
How do you kill a gorilla sounds like a little fun song, doesn't it? How do you kill a gorilla? How do you kill a gorilla?
Hit it over the head with a tiller.
Yes.
Okay, that'll do for that chat. Live from the Export Beer Garden Studios, this is the agenda for Friday, May the 2nd.
The Agenda Podcast, the home of sporting nonsense and claptrap. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
How's the Diary of Owen Franks looking? We launched that on Saturday.
I saw that come out. I said, I'm the guy that sometimes texts Go and says, take this down, take that. I had no argument with Owen Franks. I mean, it's just we are being very silly, but sailing so close to the wind, but perfectly close, and just sort of like, tacking away, showing very little tact. But anyway, it's the Diary of Owen Franks. So that stopped the commentary. There's only a few things that have kind of stopped the commentary, I reckon. Severed Peace, I remember, stopped the commentary back. That
was the Halloween thing. The only reason why I really stopped it, because all I could think about was him in an attic just doing weights with his brother and trying to be quiet about it.
Right, yeah. Well, the Nazis aren't going to piss around if they hear anything.
Dropping a 20 kg weight on the attic roof. No, they go, well, what is that?
Do you have the Franks brothers in here?
See, it's just
Owen
now,
and Ben? Or just Owen? Yeah.
Da-dunk.
Yeah, exactly. And then all of a sudden, it's on. I mean, it writes itself.
Yeah.
Tarantino and Glorious Bastards.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Book Broadway.
Yeah.
Who's going to play Owen Franks?
Ooh.
Who could you play? Maybe you're looking at some...
Well, Harambe's dead, right?
Yeah.
So we can't have...
Could you? What's the name of the bald guy who plays all the English bald guy who plays all the? Who used to be the Olympic diver? What's his name?
Oh, Jason Statham.
Oh, yeah.
Do you think Jason Statham is Owen Franks? You're fucking dreaming, G Lane. It's a bloody stupid idea, you daft prick.
But he kind of looks.
There's no bloody way he's playing Owen Franks. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, how about it's the other half of Little Britain? What's this?
Williams.
Yeah, George Dawes. George Dawes.
Oh my God, yes. Because just if you want it to be a comedy, yes, has to be that person. There are probably some actors around New Zealand right now screaming at their headphones and going,
"Me!
It's me! It's me! Have you not thought of me?" And I'm just trying to think of those actors who'd be. It can't be Chris Warner. Please tell me that is not your penis.
It could be his... Oh, he had to shave his... Yeah. You'd have to put on a bit of weight, wouldn't he? You'd have to get into character.
Michael Galvin.
We'll come back to that next week. If you've got any suggestions, let us know.
What's the current shape of Jonah Hill? Is he...
Oh,
what's the girth and kind of... if he's looking to spend 6 months in the gym with a personal trainer, could he get to a size and girth that would maybe...
Yeah, he's playing John Daly, isn't he?
Is he?
Is that right? Yeah, no, I did see those rumours as well, yeah.
Okay,
that's the only one that I can think of that would maybe be able to fill out an
All Blacks jersey.
An All Blacks jersey.
I don't know if Jonah Hill can play John Daly.
Yeah,
I think because if you look at every character he's played, he's got more range than some comedians. Some comedians are pretty much just themselves, right? Yeah. And even some people like who are not even comedians, just actors, like Mark Wahlberg, is pretty much he's Wahlberging most of his.
What about Wahlberg? He's beefy enough.
Oh, yeah, Wahlberg.
Wahlberg could do it.
Yeah, Wahlberg.
If he's open to a skin,
I don't think
shave,
he couldn't learn an accent. He couldn't learn an accent.
Yeah, true.
So you need somebody. But anyway, yes, I was just thinking about Jonah Hill as John Daly, and I feel like John Daly, you're better off if you're going to channel that bogan. You're in a bogan. It's pretty hard when you're Jonah Hill and you look at his sort of,
what is that movie? Is it going to be a biopic on John Daly's life?
That was the idea, but last I read of it, I think it was going to incorporate a few other golfers as well. Yeah, that was the plan. It was starting off as just that, but I don't know what it's
okay, well, let us know any suggestions. But big weekend of Super Rugby. A couple of crucial games, because you can brush over a few. Blues obviously playing the Western Weakness tonight at Eden Park.
That could be a real stonker, fellas.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Blues are paying $1.11 for this game.
Yeah, that's that must-win final thing. Hey, do we give ourselves a pat on the back for our multi?
Yes.
Joe Jury, which is high praise because he doesn't
Congrats,
praise.
fellas. That was huge. I did hear
Thanks
about
very
that.
much. The Canterbury boys have finally given us our flowers because they came through the week before.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did puss out on the Reds Blues game, didn't we?
That's good.
Yeah, I know. It was good because we didn't know, so we took it out. And then luckily.
This is what I was saying, McOnie, to Lane earlier in the week, is he frames it as a puss out, but what I was trying to explain to Lane is no, that's sensible betting. That's how this works. This is how this game goes.
And if that TMO hadn't got involved as much as he did in that Blues game, he disallowed about 3 or 4 tries, then it actually would have been scary, squeaky bum time.
I thought that was the directive was not to get involved in that.
I know. And did you see Artie's try, which was an absolute genius chip and chase? And they went back for some marginal frickin' knock-on on the ground from Willie Havili. And I'm like, they've been told, you're absolutely right, G Lane, the directive is not to sweat the small stuff.
Yeah.
And that to me was so minor. And minor.
So we should put the Blues in there then. Blues for the win over the Western Weakness on the road.
Yeah.
And then we've got the big game tomorrow night. We'll touch on the Fiji and Drua and Reds over in Fiji. This is a tricky one because the Reds are in form.
Yeah.
They're paying $1.62. The Fiji and Drua $2.20. Who you got there? I'm going on the side. I'm going Reds. I think they're too good a team for the Drua, but then again, I never know because the Drua always pulling out of the bag when they're playing in Fiji.
Have a look at the weather forecast. That's where I'd start.
What is the weather forecast?
I don't know, but if it's raining over there,
have you put the teams on the sheet?
No.
Okay, that's right. I just need to know that it's not there. So, the Reds are legit. I think the competition needs the Reds to do something because I get bored of the Brumbies. I sort of maligned them the other day, saying that they're
kind of maligned
rugby.
them. It was a full blown frontal attack.
Yeah, the vampires of rugby sucking the life out of rugby.
Yes, that's.
And then I actually re-looked at the highlights. And they scored a couple of nice tries, and I felt quite bad about that. They actually do chuck the ball around a bit, but the Canes tailed them up. The Canes just made them look ordinary.
But the one that I want to discuss is the Chiefs Hurricanes. So no Damien McKenzie. Anton Dobro's out with a broken collarbone. Ruben the Love Muscle, the Gorilla Whisperer, is in at first 5.
Yeah, they need to probably keep him there, I reckon.
Yeah, the Dr. Proctor is back. Walker Leawere's back. Is this a Chiefs banana skin?
It's more than that. I think that looks to me like it's pretty much a full strength Hurricanes team. If you forget that, old what's his face has been out for ages, old Harry Godfrey. So if you forget about that, so he's not even on. So what you're talking about is pretty much the team that beat the Brumbies last week with Higgins and Proctor back once again like the Renegade Masters. They've only started one game together. That's their number one midfield. So they haven't even been able to play them all season, G Lane. I would say the Hurricanes are favourites to win this.
Well, the TAB's has the Chiefs.
Agreed with me.
Yeah, they don't have the Hurricanes at 230, Chiefs at 150. So
let's get on the Canes.
Yeah, I've done that, and
like it.
I don't want to bore you with because obviously we've got the Brumbies Waratahs. Just give me who's going to win that. I don't want to talk about it.
230 for the Hurricanes. I'm going to get on that when I finish this podcast. That's unbelievable because there's no DMAC. He's broken his hand.
Yeah,
I know Satisi's coming back and they've sort of done a little bit of media about it, but he's still coming off the bench, so he's not going to remember that he dominated them in that game. They'd legitimately be scared of him if he's playing the whole game. When I say scared, they'd have a plan for him.
How's his little sidestep? That one touch he had against the Force and the Mount. It was just like a little shimmy, and then the acceleration. It was like, woo! Side titty is back. We
love it.
So Brumbies will clean up the Tars.
Yeah, agreed.
I think that's a foregone conclusion, that one.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, where are they playing?
In Canberra.
Doesn't matter.
Brumbies are playing at home against the Retars.
What are they playing? What What
130 the Brumbies are paying.
Okay.
330. And then the last one, this is a tricky one. This one I can't really pick. And that is the Landers at home to Moana. Moana outsiders at 230, Highlanders at 135. I got Moana here. I've got Moana on a bit of a roll.
Moana and Dunners.
In Dunners, under the roof.
So perfect conditions for them.
Perfect conditions for them. They are eyeing up, they're placing the top 6 potentially, a run for the top 6. The Highlanders are just playing pretty much for pride.
They did that interview the other day. It was I Am Groot, and after the game he said our average age is 22.
Yes, it's insane.
And I was going, oh shit, that's young. But also, when you're well aware of your average age, is it
a white flag?
Yeah, it does feel like you're kind of like someone's saying, whatever they are saying, it's like rebuild or whatever the language you want to say. If you're quite happy to spout your average age straight away, you're pretty much saying we're not the finished product. We're building towards next year. Watch us in 3 years' time when our average age is 24, 25, whatever. I don't know. But
That's
anyway.
true, actually. What's the first thing to roll off your tongue is very young team.
Yeah, it's very
Our
young
average
team.
age is 22.2. Not that we've worked it out and set it down. And worked
You
out
are resigned to losing when you're saying that, yeah.
So if we put all those together, that's $12.63. So I'm going to chuck a hundy on that for us. See if we can go back to back. There we go. Some other Japanese rugby news, which I only found out the other day, care of my brother. Apparently the Japan Rugby League 1, they call it, over there, the competition.
Yes,
which is kind of confusing because they call it Rugby League 1. Yeah. And I was like, they have a rugby league competition. But no, it's the competition that all the All Blacks go and have sabbaticals at. So they want to tighten the rules based on blood. So the new blood law proposed for 2026 means that at least 8 players on the field must have Japanese blood, a radical change that will impact foreign players born category and 1A players. So there's heaps of players that go over, as you'd know probably more. Heaps of young Tongan players especially go over and go to university there.
Yep, and a lot of young Kiwis who are sort of tossing up between, they've got an NRL scout on the phone, they've got a Super Rugby development guy going, hey, come and play for us.
Yeah.
And then suddenly Japan saying, we'll put you through university. There's a young kid called Isaiah Mapusua, wonderful guy, know him well. Really made a difference to our touch team out in Te Aratu.
Oh, jeez. What? He would have... That's unfair. You guys,
unfair.
a bunch of middle-aged men.
We were pathetic.
And you bring out a professional rugby player.
Okay,
What is...
He's the son of a broadcaster, Mark Peard, who everyone knows as Matua on the morning shift or whatever. So Mark is a lovely man, and when I found out that his son was playing first 15 at King's College, I went, what the hell? Why isn't he playing touch for us? And so suddenly he turns up. It was probably the least of his priorities at that point because he's trying to make New Zealand secondary schools.
He's like, oh, God, stop making me play with your fucking loser broadcasting friends.
The old guys. And we're probably all trying to tell him what to do as well. He's going, oh, God, I get it. I've played this game. It was, probably 5 years ago, which is a lifetime for him when he was playing in his touch prime. But anyway, he's a number 8 for the team that Aaron Smith played for.
Yep.
And it's been amazing. I think old Peter Steph Dutoy's there as well. So can you imagine going over there, getting a degree, turning up in a Japanese club side, and having that all paid for?
Yeah.
You can wait ages here as a forward, and I know apart from the Highlanders, they've got very young forwards, according to Ethan de Groot. But you can wait ages to get a run.
Yeah.
So that's an option. But anyway, yes, back to Japan and blood.
No, so they basically, the idea is they want to see a Japanese team more Japanese, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down. But people like Warner Dearns, who has played for Japan, is Japanese citizen, and another player, Dylan Riley, they wouldn't be considered Japanese. So they wouldn't be eligible as one of these 8 players on the team. Apparently they've put a cap at if you play for Japan for 30 caps, then you're allowed. But it's it's basically going to drastically reduce the number of players who can go over there. I think some unions will probably be happy about that, like Australian Rugby or whatever. But a final decision is yet to be made on it. But another small hitch is obviously my brother lives there, and he's got a Japanese citizenship, and it's actually illegal to discriminate against citizens on blood. So it's actually illegal to discriminate. So I don't know how they're going to get it through. So I'd say there's going to be lawsuits flying left, right, and centre.
But I mean, residency issues in every league, like in the A League and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's all those residency issues. So you're only allowed X amount of foreign players. The big snag, I think, is what you're talking about is people like Warner Dearns and all those guys, the Kiwis who go over there, not being considered Japanese, even though they play for Japan and have played 30 tests or whatever for Japan. That means if they try and do that, that would be a big problem because there are plenty of those players in there. Like you mentioned, there's a lot of Tongan players that have gone there. But even, I don't know, what do you do with Michael Leach?
Yeah.
Born in New Zealand, legend of Japanese rugby, captained Japan, blah,
He's
blah,
still
blah.
playing?
I don't know, but let's just say this is just a hypothetical G Lane. He would be considered non-Japanese under the sweeping changes. And that means that we can't send Artie up there on a sabbatical or whatever.
Yeah.
Then if Artie can't go up there on a sabbatical and says, well, Toulon's offering me 4 million euros because I'm the best freaking player on the planet, then you're going to Toulon, aren't you?
Yeah, that's right. I think the French clubs will be going.
Yeah. This is the problem. It's a kind of outlet, really, for New Zealand rugby to send our stars up there and have a hoon. And like Richie Mo'unga is probably going to come back and play under the roof and take us to World Cup glory. Joe Jury's over there just like rubbing. I don't know what he's rubbing. I can't see exactly. What's he rubbing, G Lane?
You know
himself.
What? He's a couple of cantabs sitting over there rubbing themselves. As
So
soon as you mentioned Richie Mo'unga, it's like,
But you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't send them up to France and bring them back. They'll be absolutely spent.
Yep, they would have. Yeah,
thrashed.
Absolutely thrashed. Richie Mo'unga, he's a great New Zealander. He did the Richie's bus with us, the Richie's Express with us last year in Dunedin.
Wonderful human.
He's a great human and had a good yarn to him. He loved having a beer. He sung along to Bliss on the bus, sent everyone away all hyped up. He should have been on the field playing against England, but apart from that.
Very small human.
Yeah, not big at all. Not big at all. Next to Shannon Frizzell, he brought him along. I think he might have brought him along for just a bit of protection. Because he is not small. He is a massive human, Shannon Frizzell. And him and Mania hit it off big time, talking all sorts of fantasy. They were trying to solve the rugby fantasy issues and everything. That was quite amusing to watch.
Not to get too into the nitty-gritty here, but how does it work? So is there some kind of basic rule coming in, like, I don't know, great-grandparent?
No.
Great-grandparent? Have you got any kind of guidelines around this Japanese blood thing yet, or not really?
Nah. Not really. It's still a proposal at the moment.
Yeah.
Japanese rugby might turn around and say no, fuck off. But
the fact that it affects their club scene. I mean, if they wanted to do that to their national team, they'd be completely screwed.
Yes, yeah, they would be. They would be.
They would. I mean, there's always a few key guys in there.
That's such a good point.
But I see in that World First 15 tournament, Rotorua boys lost to a Japanese school. Over there. Yeah.
That Sanix tournament's on now. Oh, you mean Hamilton Boys is over there?
Yeah, Hamilton Boys is there now. Rotorua's over there as well.
Are they?
And they got beaten by a Japanese.
I didn't think Rotorua was over there.
If it might be Hamilton Boys that got beaten by a Japanese school.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, so...
World Rugby Youth Tournament. I'll catch up with it anyway. I'm just Googling right now. G Lane, great topic to bring to the table.
Thanks.
What else have we got? Oh, we're going to take a break, are we?
We're going to take a quick break because Dogroll has launched his own fashion brand.
Cool.
Righto, here's Dogroll. This is fashion by Dogroll.
After 20 seasons on the footy field, it's fair to say I know a thing or two about resilience. Digging deep when the going gets tough. Just like Kaiwaka wet weather gear. Kaiwaka's been in the game for 200 seasons. 50 years of facing up to the elements, getting the job done, and coming back for more. And that's guaranteed for a lifetime. Kaiwaka, designed to perform, made to outlast.
I think his delivery's pretty good.
He's a performer, Dogroll. Don't get it twisted. He actually knows what he's doing out there. He is a very entertaining Barrett. He is a very entertaining Barrett, and to be honest, he's the funny one. Yeah. Although Geordie is quite amusing. He's cheeky. But if old Dogroll's got hidden talents. But you said it's his own brand. He said it's been around for 100 years.
No, he's the new model, and he's helped design some of the wet weather gear. And when it's wet
weather, put a chimney on it like Richie. That was my idea. See that chimney?
It's pretty much, but it's like wet weather gear. This is gear that cows can shit on. That's pretty much what it is. It's farming equipment, and I love the video as well because it's obvious he just wants to milk. He just wants to pull tits as soon as he finishes.
Absolutely,
rugby.
he is totally 100% a farmer. He doesn't care what animal he will farm it.
Yeah, he'll pull the tit out of it.
He will. Yeah.
Yeah. But he had a great line as well when he released it, saying that his old Smiley Barrett, his dad, has always been sniffing around a lot of his rugby gear.
Yeah.
You know, like All Blacks gear, Crusaders gear. He said when he got him one of these free wet weather jackets, that's trumped it by 1,000 miles. He's oh shit, yeah. He stuck that on. He's like stripped off all the All Blacks gear and just stuck that on.
I know.
They're so sold to the earth.
They are, and it's like this thing is actually really practical. What am I?
What?
Yeah.
I mean, wearing this bloody test jersey around the farm and shit all over it. I was fucking freezing. God, it's stuck to me.
It's bloody tight.
It's fucking.
I need to get 2 of my workers to take it off me at the end of the day.
And it's got this fucking GPS chip in the back of it.
Yeah.
Mrs. is tracking me around the farm.
I need Robin. I need the front rower from the Coastal Rugby to help me take this jersey off.
You remember that? Can you remember that forceback competition we did down there?
Yes.
And it was Bodie Barrett, Red Bull. You know, there was a forceback competition, and then the winners got to play Bodie and someone else. And the whole Barrett family was just about down there. And Smiley Barrett entered his own team. You remember that?
Yeah.
And so he must have been in his 60s.
Nah, he's 50s.
50s.
But even when we went down there, he's 50s. Yeah, he's 50s.
In his 50s, just in like rugby shorts, some trainers, and some rugby shorts,
sliding around the place.
Sliding around the place with a bunch of people in their 20s playing forceback. I thought that was great.
Yeah, that was one of the great days, and I love that rugby club. Even though I lost a tooth on that ground, I missed that tooth.
I may have had a small hiccup when I was on the PA system. I caught it. Yeah.
Don't. We don't need to.
No, we won't. We won't revisit.
We won't say.
No.
I just wanted to touch on something, G Lane. I know we're commentating this week, and we last week it was at the Bay Oval.
Yes.
And we did note that the DJ seemed a bit younger.
Yeah, because I think
they're playing. They're not like us.
They're not
all
like
the
us.
time.
Every time we scored a try.
But then I sort of thought, should you be playing that song during Anzac weekend? Are you saying they not like us? Like, sure they should. The whole theme of Anzac weekend is they are like us.
Yes,
and they're very much us, and we're a team. So I'm just saying, they not like us felt like a massive shot across the bow to the Australian military from.
They not like us. Yeah. They not like us. They not like us.
It's true.
Why pick a fight with them?
It's a time when we embrace our Anzac brothers, our Australian brothers and sisters.
Don't do it.
Yeah, for the rest of the year we bag them. They don't really care we bag them because it's like an older brother situation. But
when it comes to military affairs in the current climate, they need to be like us.
Yeah, that's true. They've got all the subs. They've got all the military hardware. We've got hardly anything.
We've got nothing.
Yeah.
We've got some utes. We've got, I don't know, like I guess we've got guns, right? We've got some guns.
Yeah, there's what if we gathered all the guns together?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anyway, that was just something I noticed. And the other thing, did you see the celebrations at Anfield when Liverpool won the EPL? Mash, you're nodding your head. It was pretty cool. I mean, G Lane, for you as an event organizer, you would look at that and go, wow. Amazing scenes.
Did they go on the field?
No.
Was there a pitch invasion? No
pitch invasion. Pretty respectful. It's probably just as well because I think this is a weird thing. I did a little deep dive, and Jurgen Klopp, who was the previous manager, he spent almost I think £900 million on players. Isn't that crazy? 900 million. And one of those players is obviously Mo Salah. He fucking nailed that one. Absolute bargain, the little Egyptian. But anyway, I just thought it was pretty cool. And the current coach is a Dutch dude, Arne Slot, the slot machine. And he started a chant for Jurgen Klopp, the previous coach, because when he came in, Jurgen Klopp started a chant for him. But I was thinking, how many coaches do that? Razor's not doing that for Fozzie.
No.
He's not going, Fozzie.
Fozzie.
Nobody's... But you know what I mean? Like, you don't see that often.
No. Like passing the torch between managers. It's usually quite bitter, isn't it?
It is a bit. So I did appreciate the love and respect between those two.
I also read somewhere that an Everton fan sold 100 blue flares
Yes.
to Liverpool fans, and then they set them off, and they all came.
You can see it from the drone shot, and then they try to hide them under the seat, but it's too late. The blue smoke's out.
That's some of the greatest subterfuge I've ever heard.
It's great trolling, and to be honest, Everton are kind of shy, and so they need something, and all I've got is humour. And so they're getting a new stadium, though.
They would have had to rewrap all the flares. I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
There's no way you'd buy a flare because it obviously says on it whether it's blue or red or whatever. They would have had to rewrap all of them saying red flare or whatever, and then sold them all. I love that. It's one of the great trolls.
Oh, and your favourite man? Oh, we're going to take a break.
No.
Your favourite guy? I only saw this last night. I was going to text you. David Boone. He has retired as a match referee. I didn't even know he was a match referee.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of knew, but it just feels like it's one thing that's gone in one ear and out the other. But apparently very much respected match referee. And because he drank those 52 cans, or holds the records for 52 cans of beer on the flight between Aussie and England, he's kind of this mythical figure. So all the current players love him and respect him.
Huge mana.
Yeah, huge mana. And he's just like, with the big walrus moustache.
Because you would if he came into your change room and said, Southey, I want to talk to you. And, Tim Southey comes out and he's got the walrus moustache. Yeah. Southey's like, sorry, you can't be going around doing that, you fucking idiot. And you'd be like, sorry. But if it was Jeff Crow, you'd be like, oh, whatever, Jeff. Come on, Jeff.
It's like, the head boy wants to talk, the principal.
Whatever, Jeff.
Whereas if it's Booney, it's like I know where the line is, and the line is 53 cans. 52's fine.
Yeah, and if they answer back, how many you done, boy?
Exactly.
How many you done?
Break the record and then we'll talk. You couldn't, you big bloody sexy camel.
Speaking of which, I saw on social media a Canadian guy tried to do the 24-hour challenge, where he tried to do 24 miles, 24 beers, and 24 cheeseburgers.
Oh, right.
And he filmed it all, and he nailed the 24 miles.
I've done 2 of those.
He's done... He nailed the 24 miles.
Wow.
He nailed the 24 beers. He came unstuck on the burgers.
Ah.
Yeah. One of the biggest upsets of all time. He only made it to 17 burgers. And at the end of it, he was like, I can't do another fucking cheeseburger. But he was through the beers.
Oh, wait a second. Was it just a McDonald's-sized cheeseburger? Because that's pretty little.
I could do 24 of those in about 2 hours.
It wasn't quite as little as that. It was a little bit bigger than that, like a bigger patty.
You couldn't do quarter-pounders.
Nah, shit, no.
What he did, he woke up at midnight and he started crushing beers and burgers throughout.
Beers before the run?
Yeah, he did about 6 or 7 beers before. No, it wasn't a run. It was just do 24 miles. So he did a big hike through the bushes. Had to carry a backpack full of beers. And then he ended up back at his mate's house with 6 hours to go, and he had 6 beers to get through. He'd done the miles, and he had I think he had about another 12 burgers to get through in the 6 hours.
Right.
Couldn't do it. I would have thought it would have been the beers.
This sounds like an ACC event, G Lane.
Yeah, it does. It does.
I feel like it does sound like an ACC event. I'm sure we could find a couple of partners, and I'm even just thinking about that Booney story. We should be raising an Export Ultra to Booney and saying, cheers, mate, because what a legend he is. There's one behind you. You can do a ceremonial.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Hang on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Cheers, Booney.
Cheers, Booney. It's quite warm.
It's been sitting there for 3 years.
Hey, alongside our Super Rugby punt that we do every week in our multi, I've gone a bit fruity on our official agenda punt, and I've gone for basically a multi-sport cockroach. I've gone for Yaquin Naiman to be top 10 finish in the Korean Live Golf, which is this weekend.
Oh, wow, cool.
Only because Naiman, he did pretty well last year. I think he might have won it last year.
Yeah.
I've got him for top 10. I've gone for a try scorer bingo in the Magic round. So all jerseys 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 to score a try across the entire round. I've gone Moana Pacifica to beat the Highlanders, and I've gone Liam Lawson to get in the points for the first time in Miami.
Right.
And that's paying $22. So I don't think that's pretty good eating.
So hang on, you've hucked a hundy on that, have you?
Yep, I've hucked a hundy on
that.
that.
What a return of $2,124.
Yeah,
now we're talking.
Yeah, it's getting a bit leery. But hey, we're going to take a quick break. Before we do though, today is the last chance to join us in Texas for the Export Ultra Beer Garden Tour. We're going Texas big. If you haven't done it already, This is the last chance. Midnight Friday is the cutoff. Text Ultra to 3236. Follow the link, enter. It's your last chance. It's drawn on Saturday night. We'll be back with a bunch of yours, pleases.
Yours, please. Brought to you by Export Ultra.
Jeez, warm Export Ultra, I wouldn't recommend. It's still sitting in my mouth.
It actually smells really nice. It's kind of like
The aroma.
You could have a beer candle. Can we do a beer candle?
I'm sure they've done beer candles,
Yeah.
haven't they? Surely have. Surely. If they haven't, why not? Okay, first one, yours, please. Got 5 to get.
How about we combine the Devonport Glory Hole and the Run It competition? One glory hole in the middle, 2 guys 15 metres apart from it, running straight, erect, who maintains dominance in the hole. I'd love to see it.
There's yours, please, of the week.
That's jousting.
Well, first of all, great idea. Like that's and it is jousting. But also the thing is, they're going to have to be erect, right? You can't go jamming it into a.
No, you can't be slamming a oyster into a coin slot.
Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, G Lane. But at the same time, you would probably look down the other end of the Run It Straight and go, "Oh God, it's Scott Barrett. Dogroll's there. What am I going to do?" He's in his Kaiwaka gears.
He's in one of those big Kaiwaka jackets. He opens it up.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
oh,
like
geez.
a flasher. And it's like, they call him Dogroll. Anyway, yeah, Run It Straight. It doesn't surprise me that it's an Australian thing, right?
Yes.
So because on social media over the past 2 years, all those backyard comps got to the point where, of course, an Aussie, I mean, you would have been the next on the list, G Lane, of course an Aussie promoter latched onto it because they are pretty good at thinking, oh yeah, there's money in that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
absolutely. Because and it's coming out to New Zealand on the 25th of May.
Okay.
The Run It guys. So we're going to head out and have a go. But by the way, an update. I look out of nowhere. I just pulled Stephen McIver out of my mind. I said I'm going to do a Run It Straight against Stephen McIver.
Oh, he's old.
I know, and Mania Stewart shared the video of me calling out Stephen McIver and tagged Stephen McIver in it and said, I'm backing the guy who's 0 from 2, fight for life. And then Stephen McIver, and then he just received numerous phone calls from Stephen McIver, Mania, saying, I'm not going to engage. I'm not going to engage in this Run It Straight stuff. I'm not going to engage.
Oh no! Leave him alone. Like in the end, he's old. You would absolutely crush him, G Lane. You're a psychopath on the sports field. I can tell
then.
you've got
Okay.
You've still got too much testosterone and fast twitch.
Mark Watson then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about him?
He keeps him. He's a triathlete type.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
Okay, I'll run it straight at him then.
Oh yeah.
He's slightly old as well, though, isn't he? How old is he?
Yeah, maybe
knocking on
he's
60.
past 50 as well. So no, maybe you got to choose again. They've got to be in their 40s, otherwise it's because I've seen some of those those Prezzies games where they have everybody comes back and plays, and generally it's like a bit of a festival atmosphere, and everyone has to be over 35, but they let a couple of young ones play if they're not going to cause carnage.
Yes.
But there's always some 45-year-old guy who keeps himself in good nick who is out there smoking 60-year-olds, and it's like. It's fucking bullshit, really, because it's like, cool, I'm glad you do CrossFit, buddy, but can you leave Grandad alone? He's a pillar of the community. You're just a fucking dickhead who wants to prove that you still got it, and you're just, and that's, I'm not looking at you saying you would do that, G Lane.
I did get a bit of a red line mist. A red mist came over me during a reunion match recently.
Oh, okay, so that actually does resonate with you.
Well,
okay.
because someone smashed me first, we thought it was just a friendly game.
Here we go.
And then someone smashed me, and then I was like, "Fuck you!" I'm gonna.
When you get your bell rung,
they rang my bell, so my bell went ding ding. Red mist descended. I was swinging arms everywhere. I was punching in the rucks. I was standing on people. It was out of control. I was sore for, I reckon, 6 weeks after that.
Yeah.
It was at college rifles too, and they didn't tell us to vass up our knees and elbows, so I was covered in grazes, sticking to my sheets for weeks.
Yeah, it's horrible, eh?
Yeah.
I think, I would never play in one of those games, but the thing is, when I saw a couple of guys going around just smoking all these old geezers who have just come back to wear the colours just for one last time.
Just to go to the club rooms and just have a beer. There's nothing more satisfying than post-game, you've been rucked up a bit, you've probably got a shiner, is that first jug is just like, fuck, I deserve that. But then you go out and you get smoked by some cocksucking.
Yeah, where's Trev? Oh, he's in hospital. There's not enough ambulances to fucking handle those games.
He got crossfitted by some jumped up fucking
roided up freak. Some guy's on the kombucha.
That's so true. Next one, yours, please.
Yeah, fellas, me again. Just a quick one. Hey, this Run It Straight comp, it's kind of like the old Power Slap from the UFC. Power Slap seems to be for the old hillbilly rednecks, and Run It Straight seems to be for the Usos down under. And yeah, I'm indicating, and yeah, my indicator's broken. You hear it flicking away. Anyway, G Lane versus Finn Caddie, Run It Straight or Power Slap? Either. Yours, please. Love ya.
The Power Slap thing is interesting because you see people's face completely change after they've slapped, and it just instantly swells up. The Power Slap. I think the Power Slap's more kind of Eastern European. I've seen a lot of kind of Russian, Belarusian type competitions.
Yeah. The Power Slap, there's some people who sort of learned a way to punch with the slap. You know? So it's got to the point where they get down to the palm, down the bottom of the base of the palm, right? And It's like the hammer blow with the, where you sort of hammer down on people.
Yes, that's how the UFC now.
The UFC, they pretty much do that instead of punching people because they know they can finish people off that way.
Yeah.
And you'll often see that in rugby when someone's grabbed their jersey and they'll whack it like that. And I'm going, still a punch, really.
Yeah. Well, it's like that little chin check, isn't it?
The chin, yeah, exactly. There's so many sneaky moments in sport where you can inflict some damage. I mean, ice hockey do it probably the purest or the craziest way where they just go, okay, we're fighting now. Everyone clears out. One-on-one, let's go.
I like how the referees encircle the fighters. They just to keep everyone else out of the way so these guys can beat the crap out of each other. I'm not running it straight at Finn. He's in his 20s.
Feels like a bit of an own goal in terms of our team as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it might cause some issues.
The way people of G Lane have been calling people out, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Like your list of Run It Straight people are McIver, Mark Watson, Murray Deaker, Pope Francis. He's gone now. But
he was on my list.
He was on your list.
Yeah. Bob Jones.
Was that the biggest commentator's curse, though, from JD Vance going, great to see you looking in such good health? And then
he's like,
we've done some bad commentators' curses, but nothing compares to JD Vance saying, you're looking great to the Pope.
Have you?
And then all of us, that was a day later.
JD Vance, the curse.
We get him on the ACC.
Did you see there's a contender, one of the Cardinals, who there's accusations that it's a distant relative of mine. Have you seen the photos of that? We'll have to bring it up. Have you got those photos?
Yeah, I've got those photos somewhere. They're dangerously
Well, let's
accurate.
talk about it in the commentary because I'd love to actually see your doppelganger.
It's my Cardinal doppelganger.
Here we go. I'll send this over to you now, McOnie.
Okay.
So should we get on to the next yours, please, in the middle of that?
Yeah, go on.
Next one, yours, please, because we've got a few to get through.
Hugh Helmets, how do you not know the difference between the Hauraki Gulf and the Waitemata Harbour? How long have you guys been at Hauraki? Clearly one's the harbour, one's the Gulf. Anyway, see you on Hauraki Corner.
That's me. That's on me, that one.
See you at Hauraki Corner.
I'll take responsibility
If I haven't told you about the Hauraki Corner, I'll quickly fill you in. Hauraki Corner toilets have been turned into, there's a huge glory hole in between the walls.
Where's that?
In Hauraki Corner, which is in the North Shore, just out of Takapuna, where I used to live. And the residence page is blown up because
the glory hole.
But the glory hole is between cinder blocks. So someone's got a hammer drill and hammer drilled in between it.
It's quite an advance.
Really? So you'd have to have a decent operation.
This is amazing that this is your reaction because that's what everyone.
Yeah.
Every male we've spoken to about this has been focused on the length of.
See, that's the hole, and there's the two individuals having a hoon on his tippy toes in there.
Right.
So that's why.
No, it doesn't look like it's that big a cinder block. If it's because is that the wall?
About?
We came to the conclusion that the hand has to go through.
Shot.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah, but it doesn't go. But the wall doesn't look as thick.
Oh, yeah, true.
I think
it's two separate things.
Yeah,
it's still an 8-inch wall.
Oh, it's two separate places, and because that looks like a proper structural wall, not a wall between two. Yeah, there it is.
So there we go. So that's the difference between the. So you.
Well, isn't it? I mean, public toilets or was it cottaging cruising is still alive and well. Good, but the thing is. If you
good,
what a shame that was probably back in the day the only way you could. That's the real shame is that we've only grown up So when was the anti-gay law was revoked, or
87,
80s, the mid-80s?
Yeah.
It's horrendous, really, the way gay people have been treated. So, yeah, more power to the glory holes around the world.
Absolutely. Next one, yours, please.
Hey fellas, got a bit of a conspiracy theory for you.
Excellent.
I was just watching the ACC does Game of Two Halves, and Angus Tatavau is wearing a Kansas City Chiefs jersey. Is that his way of saying that the Blues are fucked and that he's all back on the Chiefs mana? Anyway, hooroo.
Oh, look.
Yep.
I think he's right.
I think he's spot on.
When I see Angus Tatavau at Blues training, it's kind of weird for me because they go, remember those good times we had down in Hamilton? Remember that? The Chiefs? You're my go-to guy. I love you.
You walk past me and go, Chiefs Mana.
And now I have to go, you're my boy, Blue. But he is, I go, is there still Mana there? Is there still? He's, he's a slut. Yeah. Yeah.
What?
He's just...
As he's moved on.
Yeah, he's moved on.
Has he?
Yeah.
Surely.
Massive slag. He is one of my favourite people in rugby, and to be honest, he's got a sunshiny personality, and you bring that in, it doesn't matter where he goes.
Yeah.
He could be playing for the Western Weakness, whoever it is, and Angus Tatavau. Well, he did play for the Tars. He made them a happy place. And the thing is, even though the Blues are currently sad, as long as you got Angus, there's happiness there. That's the thing.
Okay, last
so
one.
He does still care about a little bit of Chiefs.
A little bit of Chiefs. Well, if they're out of it, surely his second favourite team is Chiefs Mana. Okay, last, yours, please, for the week. Yours, please.
Yeah, just on the Anzac Day sporting festivities and commemorations and whatnot, I think what would actually be better off doing is getting into a school sports exchange style, New Zealand versus Australia and everything on that day and that day only. Bring back all the Olympic channels so we can cover everything and watch everything. And let's get into it. They can have half the stuff, we can have half the stuff, and it might have to switch each year. Cricket probably stays in Australia, that would suck, but into it. Let's watch bowls at 8 o'clock in the morning.
I love that.
Well, you talked about this. When we talked about it, because the rugby union turned around and said, no, we haven't got enough time to play an Anzac test. Maybe next year. But I think you brought it up, the fact, let's just do all the sports.
I think I have mentioned this before, but I love the idea of having those proper exchanges. Like, I'm really pushing for football to do this. Like, there used to be there's a proper trophy that was a trans-Tasman, like their Bledisloe, right?
Yeah.
So, and the All Whites hardly ever get together.
Yeah.
The Socceroos are in the Asian Confederation.
Yeah.
So
we never
get to play them. So even, there's no way that we get to actually, unless we organise these friendlies. But I'm like going, well, when there is a window, let's just say we'll take that fucking FIFA window and play for the bloody Bledisloe or the soccer Bledisloe. But anyway, yes, I do like the idea of having more sports on Anzac weekend. Just go for it.
Netball, basketball, ice hockey and field hockey, rugby, cricket, like all the main sports.
Yeah.
Table tennis, lawn bowls, as that guy mentioned.
Because when you do the school exchange, sometimes it comes down to the chess team and that. And you're going, come on, chess team, come on. I'm sorry about all this. I'm sorry about the wedgies. No,
sorry about the bog washing. Did you get bog washed? Did you get bog washed? Did you get bog washed?
I got wedgied, like serious wedgie.
Did I get bog washed?
You know what a bog wash is?
Yeah, I was in the bog washing though, mate. Come on now.
Oh man, I got bog washed hard when I was little.
No, the bog washing was long gone when I was at school.
It's because you were a massive pain in the ass, G Lane. I reckon you could have avoided bog washing if you weren't G Lane. There's something, but then you became King Bog Washer.
Yeah, well, that's
King
right.
Julian of Madagascar. Anyway, okay.
No, I agree with that. A mass Anzac exchange would be amazing, but unfortunately, in this current professional climate, it'll never happen. I don't believe.
I think if you got two more sports to jump on board,
Rugby League would do it, wouldn't they? Oh, they've got the NRL in the middle there, and I don't know if they would.
I think the basketball one's a nice idea, but the problem is you don't get any NBA players and stuff like that.
Yeah, anyway.
Anyway.
Okay, well, that wraps it up for this week. Commentary tonight, 7 p.m, iHeartradio, and on Radio Hodaki, and Saturday as well, brought to you by the legends at Max Raft. Until then, have a great weekend.
You've been listening to the ACC's Agenda podcast, brought to you by Export Ultra. For more episodes, like and follow on iHeartradio or wherever you get your podcasts.